YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just wanted to share with you guys the stuff that I've gotten in the last 3 weeks. I think it's been about 3 weeks, maybe 4, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 since I recorded the last pickup video. Now, I took some vacation time because I needed some vacation time to take a break from work and spend some time with my family. And I was able to go to a couple of swap meets and pick up some really cheap stuff. Now, the reason why I have so much is because whatever I buy is really cheap. Way more cheaper than if I bought stuff new or in dollars. The exchange rate right now is crazy for the dollar. So yeah, I have been able to buy some really cool stuff. Now, I'm gonna split this video in two, or I might just record another one as a different part of it. Because I did grab a bunch of things that I want to talk in a separate video, and then this one is movies and some other stuff that I picked up. So yeah, so let's get started with the pickup video. Now, if you follow my channel, or if you follow me on Facebook, or if you've seen some of my videos, I'm a huge collector of promotional movie cups from Cinepolis. Whenever a big movie comes out, for the most part, they do release a promotional cup. Sometimes it's a still image, sometimes it's something that has a 3D effect. And I usually pick up the cups for movies that I know I'm going to love, or movies that have some sort of value to me. And I'm hopefully, in the long term, my daughter will enjoy movies as much as I do. Maybe she won't. If that's her decision, that's cool. But I would like to have that thing to share with her, the love for movies. So we've been trying to take her to some movies, mostly kids movies. I know I can't take her to something like Suicide Squad because of all the explosions and the violence and such. But kid movies, for the most part, she's done well. She doesn't cry. She actually pays attention. Half the movie she might be asleep, but then the half that she sees, she's very aware, and she doesn't scream or anything. So that's been pretty cool. And the last movie we took her to was Finding Dory. So of course I had to buy the Finding Dory cup to commemorate the fact that my daughter went to see it. Now, she's seen Kung Fu Panda, but I didn't buy the cup for Kung Fu Panda. And she saw The Little Prince, but I didn't find that one at all. But she saw this, and she also saw Zootopia, and for some reason I skipped on the cup. But she saw this, and I had to buy it for her. It was the last one that they had of this design. The other design they had is a little bit small Dory and the octopus. But this was the last one that they had that has a complete full Dory. And I don't know if it'll pick up on the camera, but I like the effect on the top here. If you move around, it looks like this top part is waving, like it would do if you look, below the ocean. It has just a little scuffing here. It has a couple of scratches that I don't know. I don't remember them when I bought it, but it might be possible that it happened to it. Because, like I said, it was the last one. In certain lighting, you could see it. But otherwise, I mean, the camera's not going to pick up. But if you look at it closely, at least me, that I'm kind of obsessive compulsive, I do see it has a couple of scratches there. But in certain lighting, it doesn't even pick up. I really like the 3D effect, and again, it's to commemorate the fact that my daughter went to see it with us. So I thought that was pretty cool. The other one we wanted to take her to see, but we couldn't because things would come up and we never got to see it. And they took it off relatively fast, but that was Ice Age 5. They had two designs of this. One had Scrat in a spacesuit, and it looked kind of cool because, on the background it was the Earth and it had that 3D effect. But I went with this one because it has the majority of the cast. It just doesn't have Scrat, and it doesn't have Manny's wife. But it has, the 3 original ones, and then the 2 other characters, and this guy from Ice Age 3 who returns to, because he knows about the meteor that destroyed the dinosaurs originally, so he can somehow sense that another one is coming. And so yeah, we wanted to see it, never got around to seeing it, but I got the cup anyway because I like this design. I like how everyone looks, and the purple background here. Look kind of cool. So yeah. Speaking of my daughter, like I said, went to an Overwheels, and I like Star Wars. Anyone that knows me knows I love Star Wars, and I'm always on the lookout for lightsabers. I already have the Anakin blue lightsaber that later became Luke's blue lightsaber. I have Darth Vader's lightsaber, and I have Kylo Ren's lightsaber. So I'm always looking for more lightsabers because I like it. I think it's one of the best weapons in movie history. And I found this in one of those swap meets, and I picked it up because I think this is supposed to be Darth Vader's red lightsaber, but and it probably looks red on the video, but in real life it looks kind of pinkish. And I was like, this is perfect. It's an inflatable lightsaber, so it's nice and soft. You know, it won't really hurt my daughter, and it looks pink, so it'll be her own pink lightsaber. And I didn't notice this until I gave it to her, but if you press this thing here, again, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it kind of does. It lights up. And I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know how this does it, but I gave it to her, and it's one of the proudest moments that I've lived through, is that I gave her the lightsaber, and she was like she knew that this was a lightsaber and what you would do with it. And then it was kind of dark because it was in the living room. The living room's kind of dark, and she pressed it and she saw that it glows, and she just smiled and she was happy doing the lightsaber thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I almost shed a tear out of pure joy that my daughter instinctively knew what a lightsaber was. So that was pretty cool. And like I said, it looks pinkish. In real life, it looks pinkish, so it's her own very own pink lightsaber. And I also found this one. Now this one has a trademark date of 1999, so this must have come out about the time the Phantom Menace did. And it's a green lightsaber. I don't know, honestly. I'm not too familiar with most of the designs of lightsabers, so I'm not sure who's it supposed to be. But this one again came in 1999, so it doesn't have any sound effects, unfortunately. It doesn't light up. The Luke Skywalker one that I have lights up at least. It extends and lights up. This one, no. The only thing that this one does, this is specifically for cosplay. It has a belt buckle and you can buckle it up. So, but I like that it doesn't have a small size. It's nice and big. And if you press this button here, it extends. You kind of have to pull the rest of it because it doesn't extend that well. But it's a green lightsaber. So yeah, again, doesn't do any sound effects, doesn't light up, because it's an old lightsaber, so, you know, I guess they didn't develop the technology, I guess. But it still looks pretty cool, and, you know, for cosplaying, this would be good. And, you know, I like lightsabers. Since it's an old lightsaber, it's like 17 years old, so, but it's got that going for it. So, a lightsaber. Also, my beautiful wife got these for me. These, I don't remember if I've showed these. I know I showed them off in Facebook, but I don't think I've shown them off in a video. But they're the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series that is coming out on Nickelodeon. But it's very reminiscent of the poster for the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. It was the same thing. The poster was the city of New York at night. And at the top it would say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it had the silhouette of the turtles peeking out of the manhole. And I thought that was pretty cool because it looks like that. It looks like that, and so I can just put it here on my drawer or something, and it looks like turtles are peeking out of the manhole. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I really do thank my wife for getting me. She knows I'm huge into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so she got that for me, and that's one of the many reasons I love her, and I think she's so special because, you know, she picks up these kind of things for me. Also, we went to a very small local con. It's a comic book, and it was supposedly a comic book and anime expo that we had here locally, but it didn't really have anything comic book related. I didn't find any comic books or anything like that. They had comic book t-shirts, and they had other really expensive collectibles, but that was as far as I actually got. It was mostly anime. But I was going there, and I was kind of feeling down that I didn't buy anything until I hit this one spot that was selling Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game cards, and I was like flipping through them, and I picked up a couple. They were really cheap, really cheap, and I saw a couple that I just liked the design. I don't play Pokemon the trading card game, and it's been years since I've played Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm really rusty on the rules and stuff. But I picked up this one because Pokemon Go is in full force, so I kind of have the Pokemon bug again, and I'm gonna have the Pokemon bug again when Sun and Moon comes out, because that game looks pretty cool. I still have to get Alpha Sapphire, but I picked up this one which has Sharpedo. I just like the design and the drawing. I picked this really awesome Bulbasaur, just because of the drawings. A Donphan. Donphan was actually one of my favorite Pokemon of Generation 2. And of course, my favorite starter of all time, and my favorite, well, he's my favorite starter, Charmander is. So I picked up a Charmander. And we just got Pokemon Go this week. It released a while ago in the U.S., but in the Mexican Apple store, we didn't have Pokemon Go. We actually got it like a month afterwards. So, of course, just like I did 20 years ago when I played Pokemon Red, my starter is Charmander. And I'm hoping that I can evolve him into my favorite Pokemon of all time, Charizard. I also picked up some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I picked up Black Metal Dragon just because I like the design. I like dragons. I picked up this Dark Doriado just because I really like the armor look of this. Picked up Mystery Shell Dragon because he looks kind of cool in my opinion. And I picked up Opera, the Melodious Diva, just because I like the drawing in this. I think she looks pretty cool. So yeah, just because of the drawings. At a swap meet, oddly enough, well, actually no, I did buy a deck of playing cards that were supposedly samurai themed, but in the end they just have one samurai image throughout the thing. So I have a deck of cards, but I've never seen one like these. And you should always have a deck of cards, you know, for playing. And I also, call me crazy, but I have a thing for collecting Joker cards. I like collecting Joker cards, so I have this whole little stack of Joker cards. But I've never seen ones like these. They have the same size as normal playing cards, but they have this really weird texture, and they're transparent. So I thought that was pretty weird, and I counted the whole cards. It's a complete deck, and you can't see what the cards are because you can see them from this side, and then you can't see what they are. So I thought these were really neat. It's always a good idea to own a deck of cards if you have people over. You can play card games. And, if I ever decide to cosplay as Gambit someday, I can use these because they look pretty cool because they're transparent. So that's another reason why I picked these up. What else? Oh, if you saw my costume accessories video, I'm always on the lookout for costume accessories, like the lightsabers. And I showed off in that video the Bumblebee mask. That was part of a set that also had Optimus Prime. And I've never been able to find the Optimus Prime helmet until now. I was able to find a Optimus Prime helmet. Now, I was looking online, and there's apparently about 3 versions of the Optimus Prime helmet. I don't know, this must be either the first version or the version for Revenge of the Fallen, because the third version that I saw online, and oddly enough, as soon as I bought this one a couple of days ago, I saw the Optimus Prime mask in a different place, at a yard sale about a couple of blocks from where I live. It looked different. It had a Cybertronium symbol here, and it had gold paint here and here, so it looked newer. It looked a lot newer. It would have cost me about the same price. I paid about, I want to say about $8-9 for this, which I thought was pretty cool. Because again, as I was researching online, these things are going for a pretty penny. And this one does have use. It has a bunch of scuffs, like a little kid played with this because it's damaged here. It looks like someone bumped it, and then it looks like someone dropped it. But for the most part, it's pretty complete. It is complete. It just like I said, it doesn't look as. That's funny. That's a funny thing that happens to me sometimes. I'm looking for something. I'm looking. I never find it, and then when I do find it, I buy it because I'm not gonna let it pass me by. And then a couple of weeks later, I see it again, and I keep seeing it again. So I don't know. I don't know why that happens to me, but I finally have an Optimus Prime mask. It fits. It fits. I'm a short person, so it's not like this thing really. It's designed for kids, but my head's kind of small enough that it fits. Plus, it has some adjustable straps that you can adjust for someone's bigger head. Obviously, it doesn't fit a certain type of head, but me being kind of short, I'm basically Wolverine size from the comic books. He's 5'5", I'm 5'5", so I'm basically a Wolverine sized person. But this baby fits. It fits fine. It doesn't wobble that much. I could still adjust it to fit a little better. And here on the back, you turn it on and you have a couple of buttons. It has a transforming effect.
I am Optimus Prime. Autobots, transform and roll out. The Decepticons must be stopped. Megatron is in my sights.
So it also has a voice changer.
Hello, I am Optimus Prime. So you can sound like Optimus.
That one's kind of sometimes voice changers don't work that well. My Kylo Ren voice changer, you can't really understand what I'm saying most of the time. So the problem with those voice changers is that sometimes they distort too much your voice and people don't understand what you're saying. But it's still a pretty cool effect. I still am quite happy that I was able to find a complete Optimus Prime mask. Because again, before this, I've never seen Optimus Prime mask. I've seen the cheaper plastic ones that are just like this front part, but it's made out of really cheap plastic. But these are the type of masks and helmets that I love. The big sturdy plastic ones that are complete and for the most part, cover the back of the head. I can just come up with some idea to cover this up and make it look robotic. But I'm super happy and that I was able to find this one, even though I think this might be the very first from the very first Transformers movie, the first type of mask that came out. Because like I said, I was looking online and there's different ones. And that one that I saw in the other house looked newer and it had a better paint job. But I'm still happy. I'm still happy that now I have Bumblebee and my badass Optimus Prime. So I'm super stoked about that. Also for my daughter, I picked up this Star Wars plushie. This is a Burger King promotional plushie that was released when Revenge of the Sith came out. Oddly enough, this series focused a little bit on Revenge of the Sith, but also had stuff from the original trilogy. So this is the monster that attacks Luke in the ice planet of Hoth. So I thought it was pretty cool. I haven't opened it. I showed it to her, and she was cool, but she was more excited with the lightsaber. But I still need to open it. It's been sealed, so I don't think I would still rather wash it and then give it to her, but that's something I bought for her. Now, I also found a Disney Infinity loose Lightning McQueen. Now, the thing about Disney Infinity is that you needed these figures to connect. You need the game and the small platform. It's kind of like Skylanders, but if you don't know what Skylanders is, that's no good reference. So you would buy the game, and it would come with this platform. And in the platform, you have to put on the toys like this, and then you would have to put in a level toy. And I've never found those level toys. Those are the one things that I want to find because, without those level figures, you can't play any levels. But these are pretty cool. I like the detail that, they gave them. And the functionality is questionable. I mean, you just pop this thing into the portal, and then a small version of that pops up in the game, and you can use it for the levels. They're already pre-installed, and you can create your own levels and upload them, and then play other people's levels for a limited time. Right now, I guess these things didn't sell the amount that Disney wanted. So the last one, the Star Wars version, is the last game that is ever going to come out. They just released another wave of these figures that have a couple of Star Wars, but mostly Marvel and classic Disney. So yeah, it's a shame that this ended. I mean, I can see that a lot of people wouldn't be willing to invest in buying, all these little figures. But as collectibles, they're pretty awesome. I like the cartoonish look of them. I like the detail and the paint job. So it's a shame that they're not going to make a fourth one. They could probably do a lot with the fourth one. The third one is by far the best. The third one plays better, looks better. It's just a lot more fun. A lot more fun than the Avengers one. So it's a shame. Now, there are a couple of figures I still want. I still want to get Darth Maul. I still want to get the Hulkbuster. And I still want to get Black Suit Spider-Man. Those are the ones that I want to get. And there's also this is from Series 1, and there's a Jack Skellington that I want to get. But at Walmart, the last time I went to Walmart, they were liquidating the whole thing, and they were $5. So, of course, before these run out, I was able to buy Darth Vader. There's a better version of this, where you connect it into the little base, and this thing lights up. But, obviously, I guess that one sold out really quick, so they only had Darth Vader. They only had 3 Darth Vaders, so that's why I picked this guy up. Because I love Darth Vader. If you're not reading the Darth Vader comic book, do yourself a favor and pick that up. It's amazing. And Darth Vader is cool. I like Darth Vader, and I like the cartoonish look that he has. He kind of looks, a little bit he looks like he does in Rebels. But I like this one a little better. I like his design and his mold. Really cool. And of course, they also had the very last Kylo Ren. I love Kylo Ren's design. I prefer him with the hood than without the hood. Without the hood, he really does look like a cheap Darth Vader knockoff. But with the hood, he looks intimidating. I like his design better. I like the hood part. I like the mask. I like the design. I like the way the cloak flows and his, lightsaber. So I really dig Kylo Ren. So I had to pick him up before, I couldn't find these anymore. So I need to complete my Sith collection and pick up Darth Maul. But yeah, hopefully when I go to Walmart next time, they'll still have a couple of Star Wars toys. I also picked up these pins. These were released in conjunction with Batman v Superman, the Uncut Edition, which I've heard is vastly superior to the theatrical cut, because they put in a bunch of scenes that explain so much more. So you have Batman logo, Superman logo, Wonder Woman logo, and the Versus logo that they used for their promotional stuff. So this is just a promotional thing that they had and I picked up, and it's pretty awesome. Because I liked some of the things in Batman v Superman, but the editing is what really killed it for me, and yeah, I'm hoping to see the uncut version. I also picked this one up. I've never seen anything like this before. The TV studios, whenever it's Emmy season, which is the awards that they give out for outstanding performances or TV shows, they send to them these promotional boxes, I guess. And I've never seen something like this, so I saw this at a swap meet, and I picked it up. I picked it up cheap, and this is from 20th Century Fox, for your Emmy consideration box sampler, I guess you can call it. And it has 9 little books showcasing 9 TV shows for Emmy consideration. And for example, we have Modern Family, and you open this baby up, and it has a beautiful, beautiful spread there with the characters, and it has 2 episodes in the DVD here. So, there are episodes that eventually you can find in the TV season DVD, but they're not for your Emmy consideration. They also have Last Man on Earth, which, they have American Horror Story Hotel, which American Horror Story is always cool, but then the ending is kind of a letdown. But this is the one that had Lady Gaga, which I haven't seen. Then this one I wanted to see, but I missed it all the time. It's the X-Files reboot. Well, it's not the reboot. It's kind of like the X-Files sequel, because the characters come back, and they, for the most part, they look exactly the same. It's been years since the X-Files was on TV, and they come back, and they don't look that different. I think they look pretty cool, and I want to see this one. It also has 2 episodes. And they have The People versus O.J. Simpson. This one, I never even heard of this one. Fresh Off the Boat. Also, never heard of this one. The Americans. Empire. And Homeland. With the chick from Princess Bride. So you open it up and it has artwork and something written there. So again, I picked it up because I've never seen anything like this. Never seen anything for your consideration for TV shows. I have, of course, an Oscar screening DVD for The Fellowship of the Ring, but I've never seen something for TV, so I thought this was an interesting collectible knickknack that I had to own, and now I do. It's probably not worth nothing, but it's not about the worth, it's about seeing something that I've never seen before, and thinking it's cool, so I'll add it. Okay, so lastly, I'm gonna do some movies. I haven't bought a video game in months right now, but I picked up It's a Mad World. Really funny comedy. This is actually, if you watch James Rolfe, aka the Angry Video Game Nerd, he's quoted this as being his favorite movie of all time, and it's a funny movie. But I think this is the version that got cut. This is 2 hours and 41 minutes. He showed a version that was a bit longer. Yes, this is the cut version, I guess. But I watched this once on TV, and I thought it was really funny. Not my favorite comedy of all time, but definitely really funny. It has good characters. It has good funny moments. So yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. If you're not into old movies, it's not in black and white, but if you're not into old movies, you might not like it yourself. But it's fun. It's definitely a fun movie, so own that. I've been looking for this one for a while, and either when I did find it, it was all scratched, because it's a kid's movie, or I just had really hard time finding it, and that's The Prince of Egypt. This is the Moses story, but done animated with, I think Val Kilmer does the voice on this. Yeah, it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure it's Val Kilmer. And I remember seeing this. I was really amazed with the animation. Almost Disney level, not quite, but it was almost Disney level. They played around with CG, and it had some great animation. Definitely great animation. And the music is done by Hans Zimmer, who did the Dark Knight music. So, been looking for this for a long time. Finally have a good copy of The Prince of Egypt. Also, always on the lookout for anime, and I have a volume of this, and I picked up Dot Hack Sign Volume 6. So I don't know if this is the last one, but I don't know how long the Dot Hack anime lasted, but this is the one I got. Always super happy to add anime to the collection. For my gorgeous wife, I picked up While You Were Sleeping, another movie that we've been trying to get to for her, starring Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman, who's, of course, Bill Pullman was on Independence Day. She really likes this movie. We've never been able to find it. And we have found it. For some reason, it doesn't have subtitles. This one does. Even though it looks like the same version that you would normally see, but you'd be surprised. There's no subtitles in the versions we've seen. So, finally, we found While You Were Sleeping for her. So that'll go into our mutual collection. Also, I picked up Rockstar, which is a Mark Wahlberg movie starring Jennifer Aniston as well. My wife really likes Jennifer Aniston. I've never seen this movie before, so I picked it up. This was a pickup from Movie Freak Bazaar, same as this one and the next couple of ones. Also, a couple of months ago, I picked up Nosferatu, the old black and white one. This is Shadow of the Vampire, which is basically the director of Nosferatu. It goes to film the movie, and the guy that plays Count Orlok is an actual vampire. So that's an interesting take. I like that idea, and I've been meaning to get it. I've never seen it until now, so I think this is a pretty cool find. Picked up Benny and June, a movie that I've been trying to track down for a while. Every time I've seen it, or I've heard that Movie Freak Rosar has it, everyone always beats me to it, but this time it's finally mine. It's a Johnny Depp movie, and it has a lot of movie references, so I've been trying to get it, and now I have. So, super cool. He also had Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. My favorite Ice Age, because it has dinosaurs. So I love dinosaurs. So that was cool. Also for my wife, a movie that she's wanted, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2. My wife's huge into Gilmore Girls, and Rory Gilmore is in this, plus Jake Lively, who was recently in The Shallows. So my wife wanted it. I picked it up for her. Also, my wife wanted this one, and that's Someone Like You, starring Ashley Judd and Wolverine. So yeah, I actually like a lot of movies with Ashley Judd. She's a good actress, and but I've never seen her I've seen her in thrillers, but not really in romantic comedies. So pick that one up for her. For my beautiful daughter, I picked up The Pirate Fairy. It's one of these Tinkerbell movies that released theatrically, and I liked the first one. The first one was okay. I liked Secret of the Never Beast, which is the last one we saw, and which I think is the last one they ever made. But I haven't seen this one, and hopefully my daughter will like it. Like I said, I want to expand my daughter's Disney collection. It's going to be so funny if she's not interested in anything Disney. But, this one I've never seen before. I always see the references. I know the reference, like, forget it, Jake, it's Chinatown. But I've never actually sat down and seen the movie. Now that I own it, I'll definitely sit down and watch it. This is Chinatown, starring Jack Nicholson. Like I said, I've seen parodies, I've seen references. The Simpsons referenced this a bunch of times, but I've never actually sat down and watched the movie. It's a crime noir, and I want to see it, and again, now that I own it, I will. Now, the next one I picked up is a Disney movie, but I picked it up because of the theme. My dad, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but my dad used to be a jockey. He would race horses. So, all his life, horses have meant a lot of things, and he's always had this really interesting connection with horses. So, with him, I've seen, obviously, a lot of horse movies. I saw Black Beauty, we saw Seabiscuit, we saw Black Stallion, and I like horses, but of course not as much as he does. So this one I picked up thinking of him, and this is Secretariat, the Disney movie about the racing horse. So I picked this one up for the sole purpose of taking it to my dad's house and watching it with him. So I will do that. I already have the Mexican version of this, but I've never seen the American version of this. The Mexican version is all in Spanish, the cover's in Spanish, and it has Spanish subtitles. The American version of this, the original one anyway, doesn't have any subtitles, but it's all in English, and that's Mimic. The Guillermo del Toro movie, huge Guillermo del Toro fan. I love Guillermo del Toro and his work, and that's why I picked up the Mexican version, because I've never been able to find the American version until now. So now I have two versions of this movie, and I don't care. Guillermo del Toro is so awesome that I would pick it up. The only bummer is it doesn't have any special features, so that sucks. Because Mexican versions have special features, no special features ever. That's why I always try to look down and track down the American versions, because that always has special features. But oddly enough, this one doesn't, which kind of sucks. We weren't sure if my wife had the first movie. It turns out she doesn't, so I picked it up for her, and that's the Sister of Traveling Pants 1. So now she has 1 and 2. Picked up Arrested Development Season 3. Really funny show. I have Season 1. Now I'm missing Season 2, and this is Season 3. I don't know if this is the last season, or if they made the 4th one. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a funny series with Jason Bateman and a whole bunch of other people. Funny series. Picked up The Big White. Trying to complete my Robin Williams collection. I've never seen this movie. I don't know what it's about. All I know is that it has Woody Harrelson and Robin Williams, and that sounds like an awesome combination. So, yes. This one I've always seen, but I've never picked up for some reason. It's always there. This is like the most common movie I have ever seen. And it's always there, and I never pick it up. And today I was like, screw it, I'll pick it up. And that's Closer with Julia Roberts, Jude Law, Natalie Portman, and the guy from Sin City, Clive Owen. I don't know. I always see it, and I was like, I always find something better. And it was there, and the swap meet picked it up. They're cheap. This one is one of the. At first, I thought it was a collector's edition of Requiem for a Dream, and it wasn't until I opened it up and I saw inspection. And even though it says here on the cover, I don't know why I didn't, put two and two together. But this is a collector's edition of Requiem for a Dream and Pi, both movies by Darren Aronofsky, and he's a really good director. Requiem for a Dream is a downer movie, a really downer movie, but it's directed beautifully. I've never seen Pi, so I don't know what to say about that. But I picked it up because I thought it was a collector's edition of Requiem for a Dream, since it's clearly marked here. And again, I just don't know why my brain didn't see this symbol. But this is basically, it just has a nice metallic slipcase. You open it up, it's the same cover, but without the shiny metallic slipcase. And it has Pi, and it has Requiem for a Dream. Now again, I thought this was a collector's edition, but it doesn't have any any special features that I don't already have. I guess it's okay. I paid it for I paid the price of a movie, and this is two movies for one I already own. But I've never seen Pi, and I don't know Pi, and it has a very cool metal slipcase. So whatever. I thought still it's okay. So yeah, that was the collection picker video. Talking about mostly little stuff that I have here and there. Like I said, I'm going to record another collection pickup video for a bunch of other stuff that I picked up, but that's going to be its own separate video, so I'll record that some other time. But yeah, thanks so much for watching the video, guys. Like always, leave a comment. If you want to talk about movies, I'm in movies, or you can reach me on Facebook. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78 thanking you and signing out.